I was scrolling through YouTube, watching videos like I often do, and scrolling through Pinterest, and I came across a bell sleeves top, and I thought, hey, I don't have a bell sleeves tutorial on my channel, so why not make one? I decided to share with you how easy it is to make a top with bell sleeves with a little twist. I decided to use this lace fabric, and this lace fabric is the same fabric that I would have shared with you in one of my fabric hauls. So I will place that in the description or in the iCard somewhere. And so if that is something that you are interested in, then keep on watching. And while you are here, why not subscribe to my channel? And when you finish watching the video, like, comment, and share my videos with family and friends and all those persons who love sewing or who simply want to be inspired. When you share my videos, it shows YouTube that you are interested in my videos, and they will push them out to other persons who are interested in my content just like you are. So grab your fabric, grab your supplies, and meet me at the cutting/sewing table. So for this project, you will need a top that you already have, and this is the top that I would have made on my channel before. You will need your fabric, and I have this lace stretch fabric, and I have it folded in 4. So that's 1, 2, and then 3, 4. I'm going to cut around it, and I'm going to leave a 1/2 inch. So I'm going to cut the front and the back at the same time. So let's do that. So the bottom, I'll probably leave about 1 inch. Okay, so I can move this. I'm going to cut the back first, and then I'm going to cut the front. This is my first time using lace. I don't think I've ever used lace before, so we'll see how this goes. So now we have 2 pieces, one for the front and one for the back. So I'm just going to remove the back so that I can cut the front, the neck hole for the front. I'm just going to bring my piece back. Let's place it back on there. We're just going to cut the front. So the front would be right about here. Right about there. So now we have our back and our front, and I'm going to put this aside, and then I'm going to cut the sleeves. So I'm going to bring this back. I'm going to do a bell sleeve. We need to cut the sleeves up to a certain point. Straighten it up a little bit. All right, that's semi-straight. So I'm just going to cut about 2.5 inches strip. It's more like 2 inches. All right, I'm going to save this for the neck just in case I need that. All right, so now we could cut out the sleeves. Let's bring my sleeve back. So we're going to place folded side on the folded side of the fabric like that. And we are going to fix it. I think that came down to my elbows, so I'm just going to keep that same length. And the rest of this I'm going to use for my bell sleeve. We'll see how it works because that's all I have left. So we'll cut this, fold it over, and just follow the shape of the sleeve. All right, so That's basically the sleeve. I'm just going to put a little notch there for the center. Let me see. I might do a cheap belt sleeve like that. Actually, let me do that. I'm not going to do it the traditional way. I'm just going to do it like this. I don't think I'll have enough to do it the traditional way. So we're going to do it the non-traditional way. Fingers crossed, hope it works. What I'm going to do is almost like an A-line. I'm going to flare it out. And then to try to replicate the belt, we're going to come in like so. And that's that. Like I say, fingers crossed, hopefully this works. It's bell-esque. All right, so now we can cut that out. All right, and that's kind of look like that's kind of the look that I am going for. All right, so now we can put this together. So let me just get rid of all the scraps. Well, that's not scraps, and all the things that I don't need. I'm going to use French seams, and so I'm going to put the wrong sides together first. This is my first time doing a French seam, so hopefully I do it right. So I'm going to put wrong sides together. Look at me still trying to put the right sides together. Wrong sides together first. And I'm going to do this for all of my pieces. So I'm just going to pin and take everything to the machine and sew it. And you could tell the wrong side from the right side because the print is almost like it's lifted off the fabric. On the wrong side, it's not. So wrong sides together. And you're going to do the same for the rest of the sleeve. When I come back, we will start sewing. If you have made it to this point in the video and you have not subscribed, tell me, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to my channel, join this beautiful family. You share my videos and you interact with my videos, YouTube will push my videos to other persons. Because we are using stretch fabric, we're going to use a zigzag stitch. We do the sides as well. Do everything one time. All right, so on the borders, I'm going to stitch with a 1/2 inch seam allowance. I'm going to stitch with a 1/2 inch seam allowance all around. And I'll just trim it off because this has a lot of stretch in it. And I don't want the garment to be loose on me. I want it to be fitted. Make sure to take your pins out as you go. I'm going to trim down close to my first stitch, my initial stitch, not first stitch. You know, you probably can't see what I'm doing. I'm just doing this so you could see. So about that much. That's my original stitch, and that is where I trim it. So I'm going to do that for all of them, and then I'm going to turn it right sides facing, and I'm going to like sort of iron it with my fingers, and then I'm going to stitch. Then I will come back and show you how that looks. When I'm done with cleaning up, trimming down my seams, I'm going to try my top on first, just to make sure. And then I'm going to turn it to the right sides kissing. And then I'm going to stitch it. And then I'm going to come back. I tried my top on and I had to end up taking an additional inch off because this is stretchy fabric. And so I have all of my pieces pinned, right sides touching, and all I'm going to do now is stitch with 1/4 of an inch. Now under normal circumstances you would iron that seam, but because this is the type of fabric it is, I don't want my fabric to melt or burn. So I just kind of finger pressed it. So now I'm going to stitch 1/4 inch back stitch at the beginning and at the end. All right, so that is it. Let's see how it looks on the inside. Awesome. So that is what you have, and you have all of your seams neatly encased in the seam. Had I known this was this easy, I would have done this a long time ago. So now I'm going to do that for all of, so that is your seam. And that is how it looks on the right side. So you don't have that, that is your finish. Normally I'd finish with the serger but because it's finished now, I don't have to do that. So lovely. I'm going to do that for all the other pieces. And then when I come back, I'm going to show you the next step. Now that I have everything stitched and all of the edges are neatly encased in the seams, I could move on to the sleeves. So I'm going to, this is the bell part of the sleeve, and this is the actual sleeve. So what I'm going to do is the sleeve right side out and the bell sleeve wrong side out. I'm going to push this in there, and I'm just going to line up the seams. So because the seams is kind of thick now, I'm going to turn one way and the other way. One way and the other the next way. That sounded so weird. And I'm just going to I'm going to pin all around. So one down. I'm going to do the same thing for the other sleeve. I'm going to stitch this off camera, and then because this video getting kind of long, so this is how it will look once you put it together. That is how it should look. That is what is attached to the sleeve, and that is the actual bell. A very subtle bell, but nonetheless a bell. And then what I'm going to do after I stitch that down, I'm going to take my sleeve. There it is. I'm going to take my sleeve and I'm going to actually attach it to my top, and then when I'm done with that, I will show you the next step. So this is the top. The sleeves have already been inserted. I've already finished the neck. I put a neck binding on it. So the only thing left for me to do is to hem the bell. So all I'm going to do is turn it over 1/2 inch, turn it over 1/2 inch again and stitch it. And I'm going to do the same for the bottom. Turn it over 1/2 inch, turn it over 1/2 inch again. So when you see me again, you will see me in the completed top. This is the finished top, and these are the bell sleeves. And I love it. Finish it with this neckline. And I don't have anything else to say. I have my black cami under it. And so that is it. I am so in love with this top. And the sleeves are perfect. It fits me oh so nicely. Look at that. So I will see you in the next video. Be blessed. Bye.